Hi everyone, Claudia here from Lighting Clarity. Today's talk, Spirit would like me to talk about making decisions and what happens when we can't make a decision on moving forwards, how that affects us. So I do sometimes see clients who have difficulty making a decision, and they're quite large decisions to do with changing their lifestyle completely, to do with moving forwards. So be it they've got to, whatever this is to do with. When you are immobilized from making a decision, when you cannot make that decision, when it's absolutely quite overwhelming from the point of view that you're actually stuck where you are and you're not progressing forward, often it is difficult to read a client's timeline because their timeline has stalled. Their timeline is in the air because there's nothing that's on there because you're not making a decision. It's different from when you can't make a decision over a particular life area, but when it comes to a large life area and you've been in that life area for a long, long time, and you're feeling afraid of making a decision and therefore you do nothing, and you have no other ambitions to do with that area and you're stuck, that stalls your timeline. Nobody can read your timeline because you're not enacting or coming up with any plans or any steps as to how to move forward. You would come to me to ask me, how do I enact these steps? What do I do? And that clairvoyant or that counselor, the psychologist, whoever you see, will give you that advice. But if you don't put it into place, the timeline stalls. That doesn't mean that you're going to stay there forever. It doesn't mean that that timeline's going to stall forever. It's until you do something that allows you to become unstuck. So that could be, let's say you're looking for a job, for example, and you're just not finding one and you're folding your arms, I'm just being extreme, and you're like giving up. Well, you asked me to look, and I'm really not seeing you budging from this position. I'm just giving an example, yeah? Extreme. So then I'm going to give you some steps that you need to enact. Now, I'll give you those steps, but you don't do them. Or the psychologist works with you to do those steps and you don't do them. Yeah, or the counselor does, whatever. And then you come back to me for another reading. And I look and I still see the timeline has stalled because you're not making a decision. So let's say we give you those steps. Those steps would be start looking in the newspaper, on Seek, online for jobs. Start applying for them. Even if they're jobs that are small, they're not exactly in the field that you're in, but it's a stepping stone, that job, to put you and bring you into the field that you actually work in, that you need a job in, yeah? But it's something in the meantime to pay the bills. But if you say no to everything, the timeline will stall. There's no opportunity for any openings to come in. You take that job, for example, let's say you're an accountant, but you're just not getting a job in accountancy, you really can't bother with it, and you choose to take a job in retail. And you enjoy maybe that job in retail, you may not, but it's an opening because then maybe you can find another loophole within being an accountant that you didn't know you could go and do, and you'd be an accountant for, I don't know, a particular small business, and you enjoy working for that small business rather than a big corporation. I'm just giving small examples, yeah? When we change something in our lives, we allow a small opening for more opportunities to come in. But when you say no to everything, your timeline stalls. Nothing comes in for you that's going to help you create those changes. And sometimes, guys, you've got to go out on a limb, whatever that means to you. Sometimes you're going to have to take a risk. Sometimes you're going to say, you know what, stuff it. I'm actually going to go and do this. I don't know how it's going to work out, but I need to do something different from what I have been doing, because what I have been doing has not brought in those opportunities that I've been waiting for and asking for. Because sometimes we are expected to come in a particular way, or we want it brought to our doorstep rather than stepping out the doorstep. It's until you don't actually know. You know, I've seen people in the past who say, look, I don't know. And I say, well, you don't know unless you try something. You can't sit from where you sit and decide you don't like something unless you try it. That's in a lot of things in life. Okay, that's one point. The next one is something that I brought up in one of my talks that I did. I think it was a card pull, but I'm going to bring this up here. It's a good exercise to use. So whether you work with your spirit guides, whether you work with the archangels, or whether you choose to work with the masters, this is a really good exercise. If you've got something in your life you're just not moving forward with and you're needing help, what you can do as an exercise is calling the archangels of the light. You might call in Archangel Michael of the light and ask them to enlist archangels of the light that will assist you with this particular life area. You call them in, Archangel Michael of the light or Archangel Shamiel of the light, Archangel of direction. Archangel Michael is the archangel of life purpose. Yeah. Call them in and say, I need help in this particular area and you have my permission to come in and to assist me, because you have free will. They can't override that. They'll only override it if it's absolutely life-threatening and it's not your time to go, or absolutely there's a reason why. But more often than not, we have free will and they won't override it. Ask them to come in to help you with this particular life area. And I want you to watch over the coming weeks whether things feel smoother, whether things start to resolve themselves, whether new ideas start to come in, where what was stuck becomes unstuck. And once you've worked with the archangels for, let's say, a month, then I want you to work with your spirit guides. I call in my most highest loving spiritual guides of the light. And you give them permission to assist you with, I need help with this particular life area, whatever it is. And work with them for a month and watch how they work with you. Watch the ideas, watch the resources come in to assist you that they send in. Watch the claircognizance start to work where more ideas come in. Once you've done that for a month, then I want you to work with the Ascended Masters. Same deal. I call upon whichever Ascended Master you want to work with. Yeah. Call upon Ascended Master Merlin of the light, King Solomon of the light, whoever. Lady Kuan Yin of the light, to please come in and to assist me with this particular life area. And you might call in 3 Ascended Masters to help. And you give that to them. You tell them what it is you want help with. And I want you to watch how they assist you, what changes for you. When you do that, you will notice how each of them helps you in a different way, what actually suits you, and who you will go to when you've got certain problems that come up. You think, oh, I want to talk to my spirit guides about that, because they're very practical and I know they'll help me with their advice and bring the resources forward. Or I want to speak to the archangels about this because it's really emotional, I'm really hurting and I need their love and support and healing. And also any resources they can bring forward. Or you might be the masters. You just watch and see how each of them work with you and what suits you, who you feel brings in more results. They all work differently, depending on what life area you're needing help with. I work with all of them differently, depending what life area I need help with. And I'm also being told God as well. Call God in. Work with God for a month and say, God, I'm actually just working with you for this month and I need help in this particular area. Don't give them lots of life areas. Give them all one. But you're going to work with them one at a time. Okay? So this is obviously a 4-month exercise. 1 month. Yep. 4-month exercise. So the 4th month is with God or whoever you're choosing first. Do as you wish. And just see what comes about, what miracles God brings into the situation. It's a really, really powerful exercise. I'd love to hear how you go with it in the coming months. Many blessings, everyone. I'll connect with all of you again soon. Thanks, everybody.